I've had a couple ideas in the last couple of weeks. I've written like a few papers and stuff about a few different subjects. Um, I think I'm gonna probably break them into a couple of videos. Probably not gonna make one, but then I think I'll start with my first issue, which is I've been reading a lot of Nietzsche lately, Friedrich Nietzsche, and I kind of have a rebuttal, a reply to his uh, God is dead theory, kind of. Um, it's kind of just a written essay, so I might as well just read it exactly how it is. And then I'll probably make more videos, a couple other after this. So for the other issues, because this will probably take a little bit. And I want any replies anyone wants to give to this, another rebuttal, further rebuttal to this. Basically anything. All right. Here we go. Take these words as eager caution and a cry for a change that must come. I do not speak these words softly, nor without great depression of what could be if these ideals don't come to be. To start, my ideas stem off of Friedrich Nietzsche and where he left off in his papers. When Nietzsche got very close to, but ultimately was wrong in his essays from years past, I want to elongate on and propose forth. His famous phrase goes, "Where has God gone?" he cried. "I shall tell you, we have killed him, you and I. We are his murderers. But how have we done this? How were we able to drink up the sea? Who gave us the sponge to wipe away the entire horizon? What did we do? What did we do when we unchained the earth from the sun? Whither it is moving now, whither are we moving away from all suns? Are we not perpetually falling, backwards, sideways, forward, in all directions? Is there any up or down left? Are we still straying as though through an infinite nothing? Do we not feel the breath of empty space? Has it not become colder? Is it not more and more night coming on all the time? Must not lanterns be lit in the morning? Do we not hear nothing yet of the noise of the grave diggers who are burying God? Do we not smell anything yet of God's decomposition? God's to decompose. God is dead. God remains dead, and we have killed him. How shall we, murderers of all murderers, console ourselves? What this man got fundamentally wrong was that God was not dead. He simply never was born. He never existed, rather he was nothing of material, spiritual, metaphysical, or supernatural sort. Whatever the name of it may be, it doesn't matter. God was, and yet still remains today in many, as a crude delusion of the mind, akin to hallucinations or schizophrenia, a fantasy of the five senses and further. God was nothing more than the paranoid reaction of anxiety that comes with the realization of one's own mortality. We became aware, knew one day we would cease to exist, and so to cope with that, to continue our evolution, we came up with worshipping items, peoples, and concepts, and eventually they became the traditions of past, and were forever sewn into the minds of the generations to come. With each iteration of this worship changing, were forever sewn into the minds of the generations to come, with each iteration of this worship changing each time. There is no blood on our hands. We are not murderers, we are rather liberators, people of triumph. We have come to a point in civilization where no longer does the fear of infinite punishment in a fire pit hold much merit. God is not dead. God was never alive. God was never. He was a concept of our minds, something we must all come to face within the century to come. Otherwise, I see times of instability and possible doom. Our race is fragile at best. We have the ability to wipe each other out entirely and take everything and everyone else with us. But why do this? Why take Earth, this wonderful gift we've all been given as a chemical reaction in this grandness of space, and destroy it? Well, we mustn't. Never should we stop progress in the minds or in our bodies. We evolved naturally to have these brains. Now we should inexplicably use them, see the delusions we cast over ourselves, and conquer them. It has not become colder, it has yet become warmer. A day has dawned anew, full of happiness, freedom, doubt, reason, and science. We now can, to our heart's content, amongst the waves of the cosmos, the truth behind this and us all. We can forever search. Let us find what our creation story is, not fictitiously write one down. Let our minds search, use the imagination to wonder and abstractly fix the problems we have, but don't let it define the edges of reality. For to the right brain, the world is an abstract blur of stimuli. But to the left brain, only truth holds merit. Let the left brains conquer reality, and the right brain show us the beauty on the way. Over the past 300 years or so, we have had modern-day, testable, evidential, empirical data-filled science. But still, the religion and the conceptualizations of this God figure is sticking on, like a parasite to the minds of progress. With each generation, it seems to be weaning out, but at this moment, in this time in our history, it's becoming very, very dangerous. No longer does religion just stay within its churches and have days of minimal worship. It now enforces the full body policy and moral scopes of modern day leaders within America and most other secular societies. This means leaders pledged to a certain religion have powers of the atomic bomb, powers of wiping out entire regions of people at the push of a button. This is beyond atrocious. What if their policies get in the way? Think of the war on terror. Rather than just a modern day crusade with better weapons, science is the hallmark of truth. It is the bearer of facts, the reality of this reality. Why push it aside? Why does the religious affiliations of a career politician matter more to the voters than if he backs up modern day science research or believes in the unfathomable amount of evidence that backs up Darwinian evolution and further advances like the Genome Project or speciation? We must stop. We, as in society, as in the people outside the modern day political talk, must stop backing up and supporting the aristocratic tyrants of today. We are better than that. We are the people of the United States, and an even bigger picture of the entire world. Why let the leaders control us through the fear of religious biases? Why not take control back and instill in the hands of science, in philosophy, in technology, in mathematics, in logic, in reason, and in a redesign of our current legislative and executive branches? We have outgrown the representational democracies of a younger past. We now may use the resource that science has provided us, such as mass media and the internet, and find a way to create an absolute democracy. One built for us all. One built not under God, but under science, under logic, under truth. Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, and most other founding fathers would be outlandishly scared at what our nation has become today. We are a secular society for a reason. We are a non-religiously affiliated country for a reason. We install our hopes in a reason for a reason. Let us take back our government in the name of humanity, not in the name of a non-existent controller of all. God never was and never will be. His concepts, his traditions, his power to control countless lives throughout history never should happen from this day forth. We must take grips on the reins of this godless future and devote ourselves to the betterment of humanity, not the betterment of a non-existent, wishful afterlife that the religious devotees hope for. It may be pessimistic to make such claims, but that is indeed not my intent. My intent is to sway the minds of the rational man and show him that we must finally end this hopeless grasp on the netherworld. We are here, and this is now. We must focus on this truth, for if anything arrives after mortality takes us, we must focus on it then. Better this life for us all and for the children of tomorrow. Do not better this life just to gain bliss in a second life. That is morally wrong. It's asking for infinite prizes and gifts for such a little time in this pre-life. Better this life specifically for this life, for this is the only life we can truly count on. Shed the tears of mortality, let it pass across your cheek and fly into the winds of yesterday. What we must realize is we all face this mortality. So it is not a process alone, it is a social process of us all. So to get over the fear, since rationally it's impossible to deny that fear and that truth that there is no governor above, we must find strength in each other. One day we will all pass, and as sad as it may be, it is the only one that we can expect without a doubt. God is gone and never was. So let us go forward into the future and progress beyond a society based on paranoid anxiety and fear, and instead become a society based on rationale, love, hope, logic, and science. Only with that will the safety of our race be installed for years to come. Alright, peace.